Dylan, do you know where Xander's at? We're supposed to be presenting today, and you're just not here.
No, I have no idea where he's at.
Guys, I'm here. I'm so sorry, I slept through my alarm. My hair's not messy. I couldn't get dressed, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm late.
You know what you needed this morning? You needed HydroStyle this morning.
HydroStyle? What's HydroStyle?
HydroStyle was created for this exact reason. Spending a lot of time trying to get your hair ready and fixed up in the morning. Cutting back on all that unneeded time wasting just to make your hair look fresh.
My name is Xander Froman. I'm the CEO.
My name is Matthew Belski. I'm the Chief Financial Officer.
I'm Dylan Roush, the Chief Marketing Officer.
So breaking down our problems, messy/tangled hair was the main problem we found out this semester, and breaking that down into 3 categories: time constraints, convenience issues, and limited accessibility. Time constraints, you don't have a lot of time trying to fix your hair. You're not able to really get your hair looking right, and it's spending a lot of your time. Convenience issues, you're wasting your time using multiple products, using a hairbrush and a spray, or using even your hands to soak your hair and then try to fix it with a brush. You just waste more time. And using limited accessibility, so if you're not able to have constant access to a sink or a constant water source, so you're having to struggle like getting there, or you're in a non-ambulatory state, for example, so you're kind of stuck in bed in a hospital, injured, for example, you don't have access to that, and having some way to fix your hair, either that's be on the go or in your own bed, would be a great solution. And on the right side, there's 2 charts. So on the top one, we just asked and surveyed people saying, how often do you deal with your messy hair and /tangled hair? And everybody said every single day they have something that they have to fix about their hair, and then how long to take. We're trying to focus on the people who spend more time on their hair. So about 50% of people say they spend about 6 to 10 minutes on their hair, which is a long time and could waste your time getting ready in the morning and wasting your time on that.
For our solution for our product, I do have the printed model if you guys would like to look at it and pass it around. But at the top, we will have a liquid dispensing hairbrush. There'll be integrated liquid dispensing brush head, which will be from the head of the brush where it will dispense water directly into the roots of your hair. There'll be 3 different levels, the dispensing power of the water, and then there'll be a battery powered on and off button. As you can see, there's low, medium, and high on the 3D model, as you have seen, and then there'll be a built-in water container at the bottom, which will hold water to dispense out of the brush. And then over here you can see the top 3 in water, shower, soak, wet your hair, or use a brush. So what we decided to do is combine 2 of these. Soak, wet your hair, and brush your hair. We combine those 2 to make it easier to fix your hair in the morning or during the day on the go. But as you can see, most people do buy the product to solve their messy/tangled hair, and then over here, most people do spend money, greater amount of money or less amount of money to spend on solving your messy hair.
As you can see through our survey interviews and results, we gained 138 problem interviews, as well as 59 solution surveys and interviews. 60% of people said that this would be something they would see themselves using. We also asked them about realistic price ranges. They gave their opinions. We believe that with this information, the best possible price range would be around $25 to $30.
For our customer segments, we have ages 13 to 70. We've got the younger generation of people, ages 13 a little bit older. Just younger people, they're kind of starting to learn about their hair, trying to look good and trying to impress people. And we got older people too, 70, you're trying to still look good and trying to look good for everybody else. We got men, women, children. As long as you like making your hair look neat, like we have the next one, as long as you like styling and keeping your hair nice and neat, you're able to use our product. Over here, genders, we got more female, but also males. They both did agree that they do use brushes or some kind of product to solve their messy hair. Then we got ages, we are stuck in high school, so we got most younger people, but we do have some older people from the staff around the building that do agree also that they do use products to fix their messy hair.
So breaking down our market, so on the right side you can see a TAM, SAM, SOM. So TAM is just like our total addressable market. So if you're able to have access to the whole globe and sell to everybody, that would be about 2.3 billion customers. And our SAM is more local area, so Illinois, right? Breaking down to that would be about 3.5 million people. And then SOM is just our general area, District 211, Palatine, Rolling Meadows, Inverness, etc. And that's about 105,000 people. And how I got those numbers is using the population and then breaking down into 3 key categories: ages 13 to 70, having some sort of hair on their head so they can use our product, and most keyly using purchasing some type of hairbrush is key, because without that you wouldn't be buying our product.
As you can see, our market is vastly growing in the U.S., as well as the chart to the left, which shows that the hairbrush market is $1 billion market for different types of hairbrushes, and as you can see, it is steadily increasing throughout the years.
For some of our competitors, our direct competitor, our probably mainly direct competitor is Danco USB HydroStyle Mist and Spray. They are probably our closest competitor. They do have a spray closest to the head brush, and they're electric, but it is very different because they are a spray. For our Mr. brush, they are very similar, but they also are close to Danco. They have one part where the spray comes out, and it is a pump action, so you don't know when it's going to stop if you pump it too hard. For the 60 spray and style, that one also kind of similar, but it is kind of a combination. It's just one exit hole, and it is from the bottom, which is also a pump. Our indirect competitor, we have your everyday regular hairbrush you can find at Target, Walmart, just that you have to get water separately from a different source.
So comparing us HydroStyle to our main competitor, the Danco USB hairbrush, we see ourselves more affordable. Our estimated price will be about $24.99. Now obviously we don't know that for sure because we don't know the cost of production yet for the brush. Comparing us to the Danco USB hairbrush, it's more expensive. It's listed at $50 USD. Another thing, a key thing to mention, that is produced and sold in Japan compared to ours, which would be produced and sold in the US. HydroStyle has 3 different dispensing levels, so low, medium, high, to determine how much water you want to come out of the brush itself. And comparing to them, they have one level, which is just an on and off switch, which is a mist spray that comes out of the top. We have a larger size brush in general, so you'd be able to cover more of your hair in general compared to theirs, which is smaller in general. So you won't be able to cover most of your hair. It'd be better if you have a bigger brush so you can cover all of your hair. And then a larger liquid container, so you're actually going to be able to see how much water you have left and be able to change it out when needed be. But compared to theirs, you cannot see it. It's a little small box that goes to the back of the hairbrush head, and it's a very small amount of water, so you most likely would run out of it quickly.
To everyone who has messy or tangled hair, we believe that you deserve a quick, easy way to style it, because we believe that your hair should get the same quality treatment that you do.
For our revenue streams and advertising, we're going to put it out to different platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, different websites, and more hopefully. For our strategies, we're going to post on social media, our own platform, paid advertising on social media to just get it out to other people. Just in general, hopefully put it out to distribution to barbers and salons. Hopefully salon, when you're getting your hair cut, you can see the barber just using the brush and be like, oh hey, I should use that brush because they're using it on your hair. They're the professionals. Hopefully in the future we'll put it into different retail stores like Target, Walmart, and more. We'll hopefully put it on our own website that we're going to be creating in the future, and also making a 2-in-1 liquid reservoir that can hold gel and maybe a water.
So breaking down our act, so we're asking for about $310, and that'll be mainly unused for the prototype. So we're going to be contacting a 3D printing company to get a better 3D printer. That one that you have there is not to scale, but that is a representation of kind of what we're thinking. And then trying to actually develop some sort of type of prototype, even though not exact, something that kind of works like it, so we can get feedback in the market and see what we need to make changes for it.
As you can see here for our timeline for the future, January through mid-February is mainly us creating our prototype and building the structure of the actual product. Mid-February through March is us testing the product in the market and seeing what comments and suggestions that our customers might have, as well as April through May, which is us just creating our MVP and finalizing it.
As a quick recap, our solution is a liquid dispensing hairbrush that is used to style your hair easily on the go. You're also going to have our global reach, which is our TAM, which is 2.3 billion customers, which is the whole planet. Our local reach is our sound, which is 105,000 people, which is just in Inverness, Palatine, and Schaumburg, in our close area, G11. Our customer focus is ages 13 to 70, all genders, anyone who needs or cares about styling their hair and making it look neat, nice, good. Our competitive edge is we're affordable, portable, and multiple different levels of water dispensing. Our future plans is retail stores, social media, and different salons and barbers. Thank you. Any questions?
So I love the presentation, great timeline. I thought the timeline was very helpful in understanding at least the flow at which, you know, you've got your target goals to get to your final presentation. Very helpful. It's an interesting product. I'd never even thought of putting water with, just throw water in the air. So when you look at a price of $4.99, one of the questions that I would have is what would the target cost be for the product that you're looking to source?
One thing, did you misspoke, because you said $4.99
Or
or?
$24.99
Okay.
was your number.
Yeah.
So what would your estimated product cost, target cost? You know,
Like selling it to customers?
Cost to produce.
Cost
Cost
to
to
produce.
produce.
Yeah.
Landed, they call it landed cost.
Yeah, I say probably like $15 to $20 or so to produce, but we're not like sure yet, 'cause we haven't got to that far yet. But we are gonna, over here, we're gonna try to make like a Frankenstein kind of model of it with the water dispenser pump and the hairbrushes, or we're gonna get like an image more of how it's gonna work and what it might cost to produce it. So we're not sure yet on that, but we're hoping something around like $15 to produce it.
So at $15 to produce, what would these are just, now we're talking more of the financial aspect of the presentation. So what would your gross profit be at $24.99? Really good, just from a number perspective, not asking you to do the math, but it's important to understand that, because at $15 and your selling price is $24.99.
It's very small. If
Yeah, your margin is very, very small. So when you start thinking about that, if I was sitting in your seat, I would say that the target cost, landed cost, would be $5. My wholesale price would be X. Typically, maybe it'd be $15. So then your gross profit on wholesale versus retail would be there.
Yeah, like, and with the, like, it's not like I'm saying the price will be that, like.
No, I
it could
know,
be more,
you
so
said
we can
estimate,
afford to-
I respect that,
Yeah.
but it's more of a, when you put that out there, make sure you know, at least in the back of the mind, say, okay, based on the product, you know, breakdown, the cost breakdown, we're estimating $5 landed cost. Our wholesale, which you're saying that you're gonna go to Walmart, or that would be a goal, then what would that be to the wholesale, and what would it be to the end customer? I think there was maybe two missing components that I was trying to back into when I was looking through this presentation, but great job.
Great, thank you. I agree with the comments in terms of, like, I think you've done a good job itemizing this, you've put together a path plan going forward. So I have two questions. How is it really powered? How does it work? Is it battery, is it pump? Like, how does the water get through the brush?
Go back to the picture. But it will be a battery powered, so there's going to be a battery in there, so we're not sure if it's be like. So there's going to be a battery in there, we're not sure if it's going to be like a battery,
Gotcha,
or if it's
okay.
going to be
I
like a
missed
plug-in.
that one.
We're just kind of working on that still, the brainstorming part. But hopefully it will be, we're trying to get it to be electrical powered, so battery or plug-in charge. We're still kind of working.
Some way there'll be a
Yeah.
battery, whether you charge it with a USB connector or there's a physical battery.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you like in testing and going through that timeline? What do you want to learn from customers? Like, what do you know, because any of these projects, when we work with teams, there's the mechanics of getting the prototype together, but what are you hoping to learn from testing, and what do you want to understand from your customer base?
So obviously when we're gonna be like having the prototype built and giving it to the customer, like we wanna like determine like, is it like a right size, I guess, you know, is it too big, too small? I guess if it doesn't even work, is it gonna work for them? Like, are they gonna really use this? Were they imagining something else when we first show them that, right? So generally, like, learning from the customer, we wanna like see like if they're kinda gonna be kinda interested in like a new view on like hairbrushes in general, I guess, right?
If I can add to that, some people like there's certain routines of actually styling their hair. So a big question that we would ask to our customer would be, like, are you interested in changing your routine to this new product?
That was my first question I wrote down when I circled was what exactly are you trying to test here? And so when if you go back to your ask, please, and I have it in front of me, but so the rest of the class can see. Okay, so have you spoken to M3 Graphics?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
that's a set number there for the
Yeah,
prototype, right?
Yeah.
You have the pump, you have here, so will the 3D printing connect to a water dispensing pump that will be functional through a 3D model? The water,
No.
will the water come, it won't actually be functional?
It'll just be the size that you will be finding like later on, but what we're doing like with the pump and everything else,
Right.
is just gonna be like a fragrance, like we're trying to get that one to work. But the 3D model is just gonna be something that we'll show to potential customers, like, hey, this is what it's gonna look like.
Okay. So the 3D printing is just what it will look like, but then you're
Yeah.
gonna use the water dispensing pump, the hair brushes, the spray bottles. You're gonna try to Frankenstein and put
Yeah.
one together.
Yeah.
And so then again, are you testing that the water will come out of the bristles and then, you know, style and, you know, water the head and
Yeah,
then
we're gonna test it out, see if it actually functions how we imagine it.
you'll be testing different types of hairbrushes? Because I imagine, again, I'm sure Mr. Berkey might have been the best person to ask this question to.
All those jokes have already been made for months, Chad, that you're a little late.
But I'm assuming that there are different types of hairbrushes and different types of bristles for different types of people, hairstyles, hair textures, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
That,
that's all.
I'm wondering if there would have to be multiple different types of hairbrushes that function like this to meet the needs of the different types of textures and thicknesses and curls and waves and straight and all that stuff. But yeah, just make sure that when you're testing this, you understand what exactly you are testing, what information you're looking for, and make sure you touch base on, you know, all the different types of people out there that might be of need for this and how different bristles and, you know, maybe the amount of pressure of water, I don't know, that comes out that might impact, you know, how it styles, you know, somebody's hair. But I'm just trying to envision how you're gonna test this, you know, like with a Frankenstein, like how you're gonna get the water from the base to the bristles to the hair. So, I mean, I think it's gonna be challenging, but I'm curious to see what you guys can Frankenstein together and come up with. But yeah, you guys did a nice job. Any other questions?
The expectations of your final, is it going to be, from the prototype's perspective, a spray bottle? Or will you actually have the controls in place with the battery power?
What we will be hoping for is the second thing that you just said, battery powered with the different level modes.
Okay.
Okay, good job, guys. Appreciate it. Good job.